So we're at Molineux for an extra fan reaction. I'm delighted to be joined by Amir, Kavash, and Owen. These two guys have travelled. Let me hear this, guys. You leave a big applause for them. 7,000 miles. All the way from Toronto in Canada, they've come, and this is their first game. And we've got Owen, who's over there from Ireland as well. Absolutely, here we go. Let's start with you, Kavash, first. Yeah. I mean, how are you feeling about that? Tell me how you got into supporting Wolves first, because I'm sure people will be interested.
Well, you know, in Canada, if many of you don't know, football isn't the main sport of interest. I used to be a fan of basketball in my entire childhood, but eventually I met some friends that were fans of football, and it was around the time that Wolves were actually doing very well in the championship. And I heard about their story, and obviously the player that attracted me the most, he's on my back right now, is Ruben Neves.
Ruben Neves.
His kit. And obviously we all remember what Neves was doing in the championship. And to this day, I still think the best player to grace the second division of English football since its renaming. But ever since then, there was something about Wolves. A lot of people overseas support these big clubs, and there's just there's so much history, but the fact that I was able to get into a club that actually felt like a community and actually felt like, you know, and coming here today was just a dream of mine, and the atmosphere that I saw was incredible. These fans are just something that I don't think can be matched. The atmosphere was rocking. The South Bank, I'm going deaf as we speak. I can barely hear. But no, it was absolutely incredible, and ever since then I've been a Wolves supporter through the highs, through the lows, and obviously this season there was a point where obviously we were bottom of the table. You know, we had sacked Bruno Lage, Steve Davis as the interim. It was very tough, but Lopetegui comes in, changes the fortunes, and he makes some players that I never thought would have actually been impactful very good. Look at Totti today scoring the winner. He wasn't getting a lot of play time under Bruno Lage, and now he steps up.
Absolutely fantastic. You talk really, really well. And Amir, you know, it's the same for you. How have you got to support Wolves? Sort of similar story?
Since 2018, I mean, I didn't really have we call it soccer. It's actually football. Don't say they're wrong. I really didn't have a favorite football team. So since I started watching every game, I was always into supporting the underdogs, and Wolves were the underdogs that year. And I started following it more and more, watched a couple of championship highlights, and it was there. I started following it every single day, and
you fell in love.
Fell in love. That's the right word, I guess.
And today's an absolute. You were saying it's one of the best days of your life today. So I mean, he actually has said that. Right?
It's pretty much the best day of this year at least. Maybe next year it's going to be another Aston Villa Wolves derby. It's going to be better. You never know.
You're aiming to come over every year. And Owen, you're from Wolverhampton originally, but living in Ireland now, right?
That's correct, yeah. I'm originally from Wolverhampton, from the Goldthorne area. And I've been coming to Wolves since 2001. I was of a young age, and it was my first game against Wimbledon in 2001, 2001-2002 season in April, and we won 1-0. And I've been coming ever since, through the highs and through the lows.
And we've had plenty of lows.
Plenty, but, you know, stick with them through thin and thick, and, you know, always Wolves. So
always Wolves, and that's what you do as a fan. It doesn't matter, you know, you go through the hard times, you go through the good times. It means so much more when you have the good times. We've been through a bad patch. Hopefully we're coming out the other end. Your performance rating and your LEAMORE Windows man of the match, mate?
Well, the performance, obviously, as you said, I think it was job done, honestly. You know, the performance wasn't great. There were moments where, you know, Villa definitely could have scored, but I would give them an 8. The defense performance was very solid. The goal was well worked, obviously scoring from set pieces early on in the game, held on, battled, and my man of the match, there were so many good performers. Obviously, Cunha had that one dazzling run.
Fantastic. He nearly got through.
Jose saw with that save early on in the first half, keeping us in the game, but I think I have to give it to Totti Gomez. Obviously, the goal that he scored, it was a fantastic header in under the bar, and at left back, he just put in an incredible defensive performance. No one could get past him, and overall, he was good at the back, scored the winner, and there's no one else that I see as more deserving than him.
Well said. Okay, brilliant. Over to you. Your performance rating and your LEAMORE Windows man of the match, mate?
I think the performance was great, but I would give them at least an 8.5 because I've seen so many bad Wolves performances, the lows we had. And
You get up at 10 o'clock for a 3 o'clock, don't you?
yeah, sometimes we have for the lunchtime games we have to get up at 7:30 a.m. to watch the Wolves play. Liverpool we had and all these games, but at the end of the day, I've seen Wolves defend worse. I've seen Wolves defend better, but this was probably one of the top performances in defending, putting their bodies on the line not to get scored on. That Kelman almost goal line clearance, but probably the man of the match should be Totti Gomez, because Lopetegui proved me wrong yet again, because he placed him at left back. He's doing the job, scored, defended, did everything he should do, and that's why I think 8.5 and Totti Gomez should be there.
Brilliant. And Owen, finally to you, your performance rating and your man of the match, my friend.
I'd say 9 out of 10. Great performance. You know, the lads put themselves on the line, defended very well. You know, they stuck at it. They didn't kind of, you know, get tired and give up, and you know, they just kept at it, and you know, got the 1-0 win, and that was fantastic. I think Adama Traore for me was man of the match. So.
He did come on quite late. Why Adama Traore? I'm intrigued on that, because he didn't get a lot of time on the pitch.
He didn't get a lot of time, but I think the confidence of the team, I think, really kind of got boosted when he came on, just because he's a very good player, he's a very fast player, and he can frighten any defence. So.
Yeah, and along with Costa as well. There's a couple there. Anyway, guys, so leave these guys a massive credit for all of them travelling over to see the Wolves, seeing us to a victory today over Aston Villa, local rivals, and hopefully that's a 100% record for you boys. Keep it going, and until the next one, from myself and all of the guys here, ready for it? Always Wolves.